Hey everybody, just doing a little bit of bifacing on a few of these smaller nodule type, chunky, odd shaped pieces. And I really prefer to do this standing up. I did the spalling video a week or two ago, or here a little while back, and I did it standing up instead of sitting down or on the ground. And I mentioned that I really prefer to do the bifacing standing up, even more so than the spalling. The spalling can get kind of awkward sometimes, just trying to hold on to it and stuff. But with a small preform, you can keep a hold of it pretty good. So, pardon the mess. I'm just using a lead-filled copper bopper. I got my glove on the wrong hand. I kind of prefer to do it without a glove because I can support it just a little bit better, especially with these smaller pieces, but you will get cut. I would suggest getting a good fitting, close fitting neoprene gloves, or like a thin rubber palmed glove, or something like this. This is pretty thin stuff here. I'll wear this thing out in about 3 days probably. Anyways, so I got a piece of Wahi jasper here, and this stuff has been heat treated, so it glossed up pretty good. Flakes like a dream. But I want to show you guys I can really get at these angles and stuff pretty good while I'm standing, I guess. I'm not sure. I guess I can just access them a little easier. So I'm thinking big removals right now. I'm trying to take a bunch off here. I think I can drive a mass off right through here from this platform. Even steepen that up a little bit. I'm going to support this ridge right here with my finger, my ring finger, all the way down that thing. Provide back edge support with my forefinger up here. And I'm going to come down and drive it straight in, right off that platform. Drove it all the way off. So that's what you want to be doing with these small pieces, really aggressively thinning in the beginning. Get rid of that mass when you can. Just that edge, I put damage in it, or it already had damage there, and it didn't go, so I felt like I could hit it again without crushing it. I was able to get that flake right there. I see this angle sticking out here just a little bit right here on the tip. I think I can catch that and drive a flake off the back side right here. Don't need anything too major, just get rid of that cortex there. Same thing, I'm supporting it, surface support. I want that thing to really run down through there. Stuff's sweet. Pretty sweet material. I'm trying to get rid of this mass right here. So I'm just kind of opportunistically picking these platforms and just doing a little adjustment as needed. Stiffen them up. I'll get less and less opportunities as farther this thing gets along. The more regular it gets. These big contours and dips and valleys and ridges provide nice isolated areas where you can drive that mass off there, you know, by driving a fracture underneath of it. So it's kind of the way I try to think about it. So I've got an angle here. I think I can catch this edge, drive this mass off here. I think standing up you can really get that kinetic energy. You can deliver it a little bit better. Maybe steer it a little bit better. You can point it in the direction that you want it to go too. This is considered a picture jasper. Got some real pretty stripy stripes in it. So now I've got some big overhanging deltas here left over, so I need to go ahead and get rid of those. So I'm not going to hit right on that thing. I'm gonna hit up here a little higher. Just start on that edge. Okay, and then I'll work my way back into that delta. Get rid of it like that. If you hit straight on the front end of them, a lot of times the edge will fail and you get a step fracture. So you just kind of back up your edge a little bit and work it off there that way. Okay, right here's, this edge is pretty steep, but I think I can get a hold of it and drive a little bit of mass off there. Right across this area here. Yeah, it's pretty steep in there. If it's too steep and I try to hit it, it'll put a fracture into the rock, and sometimes it won't release, or it'll create a bulb of percussion inside the stone there. And those little areas can come back and haunt you later on. Okay, so as this thing's getting more regular, you can see I don't have as many opportunities. There's big ridges and stuff. So we got a couple more areas here, natural platforms. I got one up here. It's kind of sticking out there just a little bit. I think I can catch that. Hey, what's up, Noodle? Come to say hi? Always. Well, you getting right in the camera now, ain't you? Go ahead and bevel the back of this thing. Maybe get a couple thinning flakes up from the base. I mean, it's pretty much a nice little biface to tuck away and pull out a little later, finish. Work for a nice little preform for something or other. But, I mean, you can keep going. You can finish a point all the way out. It'll kind of spoil you once you get used to thinning like this, standing up. You can hitting on that bump right there, and it's not releasing. That's why. See that little bit of damage there? It's a ridge comes down, and there's little step fractures right on the end of it. I thought I might be able to get it to go, but you can actually see the copper stuck to it. I'll just back up a little bit and work my way into that. I took that first flake, and that acts like almost like a release valve for that next one. It creates that isolated area of mass on the surface of the stone that allows that fracture to undercut it more easily. Flakes or fractures love to run underneath ridges. One reason is because that mass is raised, and as that fracture is running through there, it can run straight out on both sides of that ridge as the ridge is coming down. So the fracture doesn't have to find the surface like this. So, you know, if you're just flaking into a flat area, that fracture has to come out. You know, it has to get out of that stone. So that steals energy from your flake travel too. But when it finds the surface like that, you know, when your fracture's running underneath a ridge, it just runs straight, flat, horizontal, whoosh, just like a sheet of glass or whatever. Travels easier, I think. That's my theory anyways. One of them. But I don't know if I'm any more accurate really standing up. Maybe a little bit. But I do know I can deliver my energy with much more confidence and predictability. And I think I'll stop there. Once I get them down, you know, this big, it's not so bad to sit down and, you know, get a smaller tool and kind of start taking your time with it, but you can definitely thin them all the way out standing up. A lot of people talk about with a hammerstone preferring to stand too. It just feels more natural to me as well. But anyhow, just a quick video, guys. A little piece of Oahe jasper. I've got lots of heat-treated Buffalo River chert for sale. Give me a email if you guys are interested in some. I'll take you over here and show you. This stuff here. Pretty stuff. I've got 300 or 400 pounds of this stuff. Some of it is pretty crazy. Not really doing it justice. See the lines and colors in there. This stuff here flakes pretty nice too. I gave this last batch a little less heat than I did the first one. So it didn't gloss up quite as much. It's a little held on to a little bit of its toughness, but you still got to be really careful with it. It's still super brittle compared to a lot of, yeah, that might have just been the outside edge of that piece there. It feels a lot more slick on the other edge. Just removing the largest area of unwanted mass first. Trying to create an angle to drive that off there. I want to get rid of that cortex and any of this extra mass up towards the front. Uh-oh. Looks like I sprung a leak. Yeah. You can see how it glossed up on this other side. Some killer stuff. Killer stuff. You gotta be careful with it though. It is brittle. You have to support your pieces correctly. Hold on to them tight. But yeah, some of the stuff's really super soft. But it is pretty. Alright guys, I just figured I'd do a quick video. Out here doing a little chipping. Trying to get a video in. Shoot me an email if you guys want some material. I've got quite a bit of stuff right now. BradsArrowheads@gmail.com. We'll see ya.